My daughter is having an affair with a married man, our neighbor, and I had to tell her it's time to go. Real posts, real people, real problems. It's tea time, so grab your favorite cup of tea or whatever it is you like to drink, and let's spill the tea and clean it up. Let's go. What's up, visionaries? I'm Tonya, one half of TNL.J Relationship Coaching, and I hope you all doing well as usual. Well, par and self, I am in the middle of getting my hair done, and I had to throw my scarf on. But ladies, you know how that go. But anyway, it's tea time, and boy, do we have a story today, a post today. My daughter is having an affair with the married neighbor. I told her she needs to move out of my house. So, I want y'all to drop some comments. Let me know what y'all think about the topic. Let me know what you think about the situation because, of course, in the end, we're looking to help somebody. So, let's hop on in. All right. So, last week, let me get a little closer. Last week, I called my daughter, who's 21, leaving out our neighbor's house early in the morning. I was getting a drink around 3 in the morning and watched her leave their house as she snuck across the yard and went through our basement door. Oh, our neighbor's married and probably 30. I assume his wife was gone for the night as her car wasn't there. The next morning, I went down to my daughter's room and confronted her. At first, she denied it, but she eventually said that she has been sleeping with him for a couple months. I lost it at that point and yelled at her, telling her he is married and she is helping to ruin a marriage. Facts. I told her that she needs to tell the wife or she needs to move out. She is clearly upset and thinks, I guess this would be thinks, I'm overreacting. My wife is also thinking I'm going too far. I get that the neighbor is the main issue, but I'm really disappointed in my daughter. She knows his wife and has even babysat for them. That's where it began, trust me. Is telling her to confess or move out too far, in my opinion? I don't think so. Or stop, I mean. But we'll clean this up. All right, here's the edit. Wow. Thank you all for responding. I'm so sorry I couldn't respond to more of you. Some contacts I failed to put in here. My wife is very upset. She is inside the affair. In fact, she was cheated on by an ex. She understands this better than I do. I think that I think that is a big part of why I'm so angry. My wife is also a better person than I am. She is the only reason I'm the man I am today. I have too much respect to let people even anonymously insinuate that she's a problem here. I should have done a better job in explaining her side. Any comment saying anything bad about my wife will be met with a big FU. Mm. All right, so writing all this out and reading comments has been incredibly helpful. I haven't changed my mind, but it makes me think about the situation even more, especially looking at the future of my relationship with my daughter. I just shot a text to my daughter and apologized for my anger and asked her to go get a drink with me tonight and talk. I told her I'm sorry. I didn't ask her how she's feeling. I need to get my composure back before my next work call here in a few minutes, but we'll continue to read and reply to the comments as I have time today. Okay, so I know you all get the gist. So he called his daughter just to catch you back up. He called his daughter sneaking out of the neighbor's house early in the morning. He confronts her. She later confesses to doing this, that she is cheating. The wife thinks he's taking it too far, and so does the daughter because he wants her to confess or get out. Okay, and so he made another edit. Just going to put thoughts here instead of commenting. Wow, so many comments. Wow, yes. I may be seeming to backtrack a bit with reaching out to my daughter. I don't see how that is bad. She is my daughter and I love her so much. For those who think she would stop talking to us If we kicked her out, I raised her to be independent and accept consequences for her actions. It's hard to explain our relationship, but I know she wouldn't stop talking to us if we did force her to move. She also would figure it out as she is a smart woman. She would love out of our house, not our life. She would love out of our house, not okay. I'm always her dad. On that note, this is the dad writing, not the mom, as some of you have thought. Also, not worried about violence from neighbor's wife. Unfortunately, she is a very sweet woman, which makes everything worse. But I wouldn't put my daughter in danger. I confirmed my daughter hasn't told the husband we know. I will be watching his behavior as I'm not sure how he will react. Lastly, I find it funny I was drinking water, not alcohol, when I saw her. I woke up and went to the kitchen and saw her from a window, but I appreciate the links to AA. So some of the commenters sent him the link to AA. That's funny because it was like 3 a.m. when he said he was taking a drink. But when I read it, I never thought of alcohol. I thought about water. All right, let's continue. I really should have made my original post longer. Sorry for all the edits. I'll update it after I talk to my daughter. All right, so we got an update here. So he must have talked to his daughter. So let's read. Sorry I didn't update this last night. Forgot there was a basketball game on and fell asleep watching. I went out for a drink with my daughter for drinks with my daughter. It was awkward at first. We just talked about work and her schooling for a while. It felt nice to just talk about normal things for a bit. At some point, she just asked me if I was proud of her. Oh, I almost broke down when she asked that. I said, yes, I'm proud of her. Though I'm not proud of the mistake that you made, I talked a bit about why what she did made me so upset, but that's nothing she could ever do would make me love her less. She told me more about how she got involved with the neighbor. I won't share too much. It's nothing terrible like many of you are assuming. They knew each other as they had her babysit their baby over the last year. Knew that was going to be it. One night she was out with friends and ran into her husband at the bar. That's when things progressed and the affair started. During this same time, she was going through a breakup that was rough. I knew she was going through that, but didn't realize how bad it was. I told her that she is an adult and responsible for her own actions, that I don't want her in my house doing things like that. And on that note, I'm going to just take a sip of my little tea, even though, again, I'm not sipping tea. I'm sipping coffee. Coffee. At that. Let me take a little sip. Hey, feel free to take a sip too. Mm. And where's my manners? What you drinking? Let me know what you drinking in the comments. All right. So let's hop on back in. We talked about telling the wife. My daughter is scared to tell her, of course. She isn't sure how the husband will react once the affair is out. I'm going to go with her tomorrow while the husband is at work and tell her together. My daughter also wants to move out. She said it's something she had been thinking about before, and now she said it would be awkward with this being in the open. Yes. She started to cry about how she didn't realize the damage she was doing, knowing that she is the other woman and helped to break or at least hurt this marriage. I talked about her mom and her past and what that was done to her. That's about it. We cried together, had tough discussions. Tomorrow, we will let the wife know, and I'll help my daughter move on. I'm sorry, move to my sister's place for a while. I told her things will probably get worse before they get better. All right, so before we clean it up and I share my final thought, let's hop into some of these comments. The best, D1, the best is if your wife thinks you're going too far, ask her how she would feel if she's on the receiving end of the affair. Yeah, well, that's good. All right. X the last crow, XX. Stand by your words. You're doing the right thing. I'm honestly shocked that your wife isn't as upset. Oh, she's upset. Her ex cheated on her. That's a big part of why I'm so upset. Says the poster, original poster. She just doesn't agree on kicking our daughter out. She is a better person than me, so I'm conflicted and fear I'm overreacting. So Boat MC Hard Steel says you are not, and you give GIVE should be your daughter's choice. Come clean to the neighbor's wife, or she gets kicked out. So if she moves out, that's her choice. And if that happens, you need to tell the neighbor's wife yourself. Good luck. Oh, how do y'all feel about that? Do you think that he should tell the neighbor's wife? And as I'm looking, this was a year ago, so whatever happened already. So we'll just use this one as a template for maybe somebody else who might be going through the same situation. So we can help them. The original poster probably and I already handled this situation. Okay, but this was a topic that I'm like, yo, I gotta discuss this on Tea Time because I knew that there's some people out there cheating with their neighbor, married neighbor at that. And we gotta discuss this. All right, so Crooks, AF, dude, got some hella karma for this, GG. Okay, so that's all the comments I'm gonna read today because I'm ready to clean this thing up. Okay, I just think in a marriage is a sacred thing, and I hate that this wife is going through this. Okay, this tea time is heavy, but it's real. And I feel like a father, sharing this. Well, it's been a year ago, but him sharing it, he called his 21-year-old daughter sneaking back into the house after spending the night with their married neighbor, a man nearly 10 years older than her, whose wife she knows and has even babysat for. It's crazy, and it takes some balls from him. Excuse my language. Took some balls for him to write this, but when he confronted her, she admitted to the affair and that it had been going on for months. As any father would be, I'm sure he was devastated, angry, disappointed, and heartbroken. He told her she had two choices: confess to the wife or move out of my house. Now, I know people might say, that's too harsh to say to your daughter, you being too hard on her, but they people might also say that he should have given her more grace. But I want you to think about this. When you allow certain behaviors to continue in your house, under your roof, you're not just compromising your values, you condoning brokenness. So it's like, I don't believe in cheating on my wife or anybody cheating on any, with married people, but you're compromising by not saying anything. You condoning that brokenness. So who knows what she'll do next? Look, visionaries, love don't mean silent. It doesn't mean tolerating disrespect, sin, or deception in the name of keeping peace. A lot of times, trying to keep the peace just make things worse. Or things get swept under the rug. We see it all the time, Lamont and I, when we're coaching couples. Okay? And I want to say this with gentleness but truth. There's a difference between loving your child and enabling your child. The word tells us in Luke 4:24, truly I tell you, he continued, no prophet is accepted in his hometown. Even Jesus himself was dismissed and dishonored by those who knew him best. And sometimes, even when you're walking in truth, the people closest to you can't see your wisdom. And Lamont and I see that all the time, where the people that's closest to us just don't know our wisdom or can't see it. And I'm like, dude, we are not the same. I'm telling you. Okay, but anyway, because they too familiar with our past. They too familiar with the past to know who we've grown to be, and that's in like this was in Jesus' situation. So who are we to think that our situation would be any different? Okay, but anyway, that doesn't mean you lower your standards. It means you stay planted in truth and trust God with the outcome. Okay, lean and depend on God. Lean not on your own understanding. And for my final thought to finish cleaning this thing up, parents, love your children deeply, but don't compromise your values to avoid conflict. Daughters, if you're caught up in something you know isn't right, don't let shame isolate you. Repent, get up, and start over. And to everyone watching, if you're struggling with how to stand in truth when it hurts, just remember, God corrects those he loves. Correction is not rejection, it's redirection. Alright, and I gotta thank you, visionaries, for chilling out with me. Tea time with tea. I had to throw that in there. But be sure to let me know your comments. What do you think? Don't forget to subscribe and share this. And for lovers, visit loverscoaching.com, lovercoaching.com/love. Check out our mini course. I ain't gonna hold you. Until next time, I'ma just sip my little tea. See you on the next one. Same time, same place.